Right, so several of you have asked me how I fire up my little Weber Go Anywhere here. I love this portable barbecue, it's brilliant. So I thought I'd make you a little video showing you how I fire it up. And then I'm going to cook you a little recipe, a little exclusive little recipe, a little thank you to you all for being such lovely subscribers and supporting my work. So yeah, little recipe. But first, let's fire this up. Right, so first things first, vents open on the top, and then this here, I don't know if you can see that, it's a little, that is actually an air vent. So you bring it up, it's open. Oh, it's a bit stiff because the last time I used this was on the beach. It's a little bit sandy. And then there's another one at the back. That's how you control the oxygen. Lid off. Oh! Old tea bag from the beach. Take that out. So you could use a chimney starter in here. I tend to not because it's just another thing to have to take with me. So a little bit of fuel. Again, you never want to put fuel everywhere. You know that. It's just, this is quite a big bit actually. I'm just going to try it. Snap that bit down a little bit. Yeah, you never want to put fuel anywhere. You'll have nowhere to go in terms of heat control. And the recipe I'm going to cook today is actually a super quick one. I'm going to swap that because it's a little bit obviously smaller bits of charcoal are going to catch quicker. So I'm going to make a little bit at the end here, and then just one fire lighter. Little tiny twist open, more oxygen, going to heat quicker. Pop it on top, tuck that lump tuck in there, and a match. And that's it. That's a very short video, isn't it? That's how I light it. Nothing more to it than that really. So I'm just going to let that kind of catch. The oxygen flow in these is actually really good. So whilst that's catching, I'm going to pop on my grill bars, pretty sandy from the beach. Pop on the lid. That vent is wide open, you can see because the flame's coming up. Leave everything wide open, walk away 10 minutes or so. Obviously depending on the quality of your fuel, and you've all got good fuel now, haven't you? Right, so we've had 10 minutes or so with that grill bar on. It's hot here now, not hot here. So, little brush off. It's as much cleaning as my barbecues ever wants. I mean, I could brush the outside off and wipe it. You realise it's a bit sandy and dusty, but, you know, this is real life, isn't it? And then I'm going to turn it round because this is hot, this is not hot. I want this side to get hot too, just to kind of clean it. So just nip in with my little grill bars. See that charcoal there? Perfectly fine to cook on charcoal that's in that state. Obviously, if it's good pure charcoal, I feel like I'm always a stuck record with charcoal. But I still see too many people using shit charcoal, so I'm going to keep banging on about it. Sorry about that. So obviously, this is our hot side, this is our cool side. I'm gonna smoke some peas and some asparagus. So this recipe is about, oh, it's got a smoke in my eyes. You never get used to that. This recipe is about celebrating, for me, the end of the British asparagus season. Asparagus is one of those things that I refuse to eat if it's not British and in season. So this is like our last huzzah for asparagus. And because these little buggers are in season as well, fresh peas, just a few of them, just a handful. So I guess there's a whole bunch of asparagus there, and a handful or so of peas. You could use frozen peas. I would happen to have some fresh ones. So what I want to do, I want to make smoky peas. Have you ever smoked a pea? It's a good thing. So I've got some wood. This is cherry lump on here, like that. I can already smell that smoke coming and my eyes can feel it. And then I'm going to pop this little fellow, I love these grill trays, Weber grill trays. I'm going to pop them there. And I've got some lovely fresh cooking chorizo. I'm going to slither that on the hotter side, but not directly over the heat, just like a little bit off to the side here. That doesn't need any extra fat because it's got a lot of lovely fat, so much flavour in that. So you don't actually need much per person, but it is one of those really addictive things. Veg here, just season it, super simple. So plenty of pepper, I absolutely love pepper, it's one of my favourite spices. Good little bit of salt, and then some good oil. I'm using pretty decent olive oil here because actually I'm just going to smoke it very indirectly. Toss it about a bit, slither it on there, and because I've got that lovely cherry smoke and I want to get some smoke in there, I've got to put a lid on, and I'm hoping that the lid goes on over the tray. Well, it just about does. Maybe my tray is a little bit big here. Bugger. So I'm going to shut the vents right down. Obviously, my best advice to you would be to check that your tray fits in your barbecue before you start cooking, and certainly before you start making a film of you cooking. So I couldn't get away with this on Instagram. Because we've got quite a nice gap at the back here, I'm going to actually shut these air vents. Oh, shit, man, that's really hot. Don't swear on camera. I'm going to shut these air vents down. I'm going to have enough oxygen coming through here, and I want to maximise the amount of smoke that's getting into that veg. Need to keep a little bit of an eye on the sausage, because obviously it's higher fat. Fire here, no fire here. The sausage is cooked. It's going to come over to this end and just sit really super happily. So we can see sausage kind of done. I'm going to slither that over here. You can see what the effect of the fat is on those flames there. And I can just stir fry a little bit on these grill trays. Obviously you couldn't cook a pea on a grill bar, but actually these trays are so helpful. I use them practically every time I cook. I'm just going to slide that all a little bit more indirect. Witness the effect of the fat dripping down onto the charcoal, and actually the effects of the oxygen, because I've taken the lid off. Now the oxygen is just free flowing and it's getting pretty hot in there. So I'm just gonna slide that tray back and forth. Just want to get this tiny bit, feel a little bit crunchy, taste smoky though. So good. That was a hot pea exploding and landing on my chest. Look at them bouncing around, little buggers. Right, I think they're telling me they've had enough direct heat. So let's move those over. And then what I've got here, pecans, toasting. Always toasting nuts and spices. It makes the biggest difference to them. So just get those over a little bit of heat. You know that hot honey stuff that's all over the place? Well, it's just chilli and honey. You can make it yourself. It's really easy. So just a little bit of colour into the nuts. Then honey, just like a tablespoon. Gonna go quick now. And a little splash of chilli. I love chilli, so I always put quite a lot. And that's it. Just toss it around a few seconds, no more, because it will burn. And we're just going to lift it. I should have bought gloves up at the garden, but I didn't have any. Ooh-hoo. Get that extra honey in there. And we want to get that out of that hot pan as soon as possible. So I'm just going to, these handles don't get hot actually, legs not handles. I'm just going to slither them away just to give myself a little bit more space. table is warm, but it's definitely not burning warm. It's fine. Rocket, bowl of buffalo mozzarella. I wanted burrata, but I couldn't get any because they didn't have it down my local Sains. All over. Like that, including those popping peas, and then those really lovely sticky chili nuts. Whack them over the top of that beautiful mozzarella. Then just a little bit more olive oil, because olive oil is really good. Maybe just a little bit more salt as well, because salt is also really good. Lid on. Vents properly shut now all the way around, and that's going to save that fuel. It might not save all of that fuel, but it's definitely going to save some of that fuel. And that's it. Done. Such a simple little recipe. I'm going to write it up and pop it in the newsletter, as well as filming it for you. Hopefully that was helpful, showing you how I like my Weber Go Anywhere. Such an easy thing, such a great bit of kit. I love it. You don't need a chimney starter. You do need good fuel. You always need good fuel. Lunchtime.